Are we not live? Oh, I forgot to press the live button. What the heck? Okay, hopefully we're live now. Guys, can you see the chat? Can you see the stream, I should say? Hello, everybody. Are we live? Are we live? Let me know, because I've just pressed the button in the dashboard, because YouTube is absolutely shocking the way that they set their live dashboard up. Hello, everybody. Hello to Harry. Hello, Matty Win a lot. Hello to anyone else that may be tuning in on this deadline. We don't do that many deadlines here. We don't do that many deadline streams, to be honest with you. Hello, Clickers. How's it going, mate? You okay? Oh, that's why it's so blooming. There we go. 1 second. There we go. We've got light. We've got light in the room now. I'm so organised, everybody. I'm really organised. Hello, Patrick. How's it going, buddy? You okay? How you doing, mate? PK7's here. Maestro's here. Awesome, 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 awesome. You guys looking forward to this game week? There's obviously a lot of issues in people's teams. Red flags left and right. I've been trying to keep out of the conversation until today, really, and make like a final decision, lastminute.com decision. Steve-O's obviously wildcarded, yeah. I've spent 2 free transfers, getting Salah out of my team, Son out of my team. I bring in Bowen, and guess what? That's worked out really well, hasn't it? That's worked out brilliantly. Doing early transfers has really stitched me up on that one, unfortunately. What do you reckon I should do, chat? What do you think I should do? Here's my team. Here's my team. I mean, to be honest, Garnacho plays, doesn't he? Garnacho plays for Bowen. It's not the end of the world. Stick Garnacho up on for Bowen. And then I've got Trent Alexander-Arnold. I mean, Taylor's not going to play. I just don't know, man. Oh, Baldock, I suppose. Would you get in Estepinian? My answer is not for a -4. Wildcard. PM saying wildcard. You joking, mate? Wildcard? Why would you wildcard? Yeah, I'll get the Super Cup up in a bit, mate. We'll get the Super Cup up. Yo, kick your ass. How's it going, man? Eraser's in the chat too. Gabriel's a rop. Chat Sport's here too. Hello, Chat Sport Animations. Evening. So can we spend a moment to just say about the awesome appearance of Steve-O on FPL Juice the other day? Tuesday night, FPL Juice. 3 hours and 20 minutes, I think I sat watching that whilst doing other bits and pieces. It was so hilarious. I was laughing my head off. It was so good. The best, that is up there with the best, like, it wasn't even like FPL. Like, there's about 15 minutes of FPL, or 20 minutes of FPL. Steve-O seemed, yeah, he loved it. He loved it. To think as well that he wasn't even sure about doing it. He wasn't even sure that he was going to... I don't even think he was intending on going on the panel. He was just going to be there to just support him. I've already got an opinion. That's the first time I've seen Steve-O smiling and laughing so much. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. It's a different guy when he's not near me. I've already got... So, yeah, I mean, Estepinian really for -4 isn't really for me. I think I might just have to go with Baldock. Charlie Taylor. It's 50-50, isn't it, really, on that one? I just don't want to be spending points. Is it worth... Like, the only player that I would think about spending points on is probably Diaz for Liverpool. I want to get what your thoughts are, because people are looking at Jota, aren't they? Loads of people are talking about Jota. But I'm thinking Diaz, and I'm gonna put a poll up. I'm gonna put a quick poll up because I do care about your thoughts and your opinions. So let me just start a poll. Is Jason's team okay to go? Okay to go? Does that make sense? Is Jason's team fine as it is? Brackets. Play Garnacho and Baldock at worst case scenario. Yes or no? Let's see what you guys say with this poll that's going to be going in the chat now. We've got 36 people tuned in. Hit the like button, guys. Let's share it out if you can. I presume Steve-O's left his wildcard the same animations. I probably, knowing Steve-O, he's probably just been... He's been at work today. He's not able to listen in either. He said he's not able to watch. If you have one bench player if you have one bench player, then don't make a transfer because a lot of people are taking hits. That will give you an advantage, says the Matty in the chat. Harry Dawson's in the chat there. Oh, we got Brian. Brian, how's it going, man? Bruce was brilliant. Watched every minute. Yeah, it was great. I'm gonna do you know what? If I ever have to do that guest the player. I mean, what did you guys think of the guest the player as well? Like, that was ridiculous. As getting it in such a small, like, short period of time. Like, wasn't it like less than 7 seconds or something? And Steve-O taking like forever to get Mason Mount. That was quite funny. That was a real low blow. That was to get Mason Mount. I'm gonna do a -8, says animations, and Captain Tony. What? Okay. That's risque. Hey guys, how's it going, man? Yes, play the team. You've got no transfers, says Matty. Win a lot. Nunes left, Jota middle, Diaz right. I think that's how Liverpool will start, and Gakpo on for Jota after an hour, says Dally Paul. Gakpo on for Jota. I think Diaz plays 90, don't you? PK7 says I felt Mason Mount was a harsh one. Absolutely. Patrick Corbett for this week, it's fine. Just can't think of any popular players he don't have that will haul. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't need to make surgery to my team. Don't need to make any adjustments to my team. The captain, though, what's everyone going with captain? Let me know in the chat who you're sticking the captaincy on. Is Haaland still out? I believe he's not fit to start the game. He, at best, will come on in the second half. That's my thoughts on that on Haaland. They did Steve-O dirty with the Mason Mount, absolutely. Literally couldn't think of, like... I'm hoping Steve-O changed his mind on the gross captain. I can't believe he's... No, I don't trust it for 1 minute that he's going to be solid on that one at all. When the game updates, Steve-O's captain, will it be on gross? I don't know. Joe Pedro says, Ollie in the chat. Joe Pedro, nice. Jojo did a -12. Wow. Okay, what happened, Jojo? Why don't you just hit wildcard if it's that much of an issue? Saka, yeah. You know what? Could be a good option. It's probably going to be the most popular captain, hands down. Saka, to be fair. One second. Palmer is actually the most... Palmer's the most captained on votes on Fantasy Football Scout. 31% on Scout are saying they're going to captain Palmer. Saka, second place. With 400 votes less. Wow. Palmer. I don't know. I think Fulham are pretty decent, to be fair. Saka then. Yeah, Saka. To be fair, if I had to choose between Saka and Palmer, it'd be Saka. I need to change it off Watkins, don't I? I probably should change it off Watkins. I'll end up forgetting about it and leaving it on him. Done that before. Vice captain. Are we good? Are we good, chat? We good with that team? We're good with that team. Yeah, we're good with that team, aren't we? This is good as it's gonna get without taking a hit. I think. No need to take a hit. Absolutely no need at all. Captain Garnacho says Gravy Dave. As a bit of a bet, have a bit of a gamble on it. Haaland in and out again, plus others. Oh, mate. You brought him in and you took him out again. Jojo, man, what happened? Did you hear some news that he was going to start or something? Maybe it might be worth just... Like, I don't know what the rest of your team looks like. But for -12 this week, I don't know. Maybe it's not too bad because the amount of people taking hits, but I don't know, man. I don't own Saka, and I still don't think I'm buying him this week. Am I crazy? Matt Smith, absolutely not. He's not been playing very well at all. Arsenal haven't been playing that well at all. And this is just a very open game week where you could choose 3 or 4 captaincy picks. Foden against Newcastle. I mean, we'll get on to... I need to do the predictions in a minute. I'll do that in a minute. Garnacho, home to Tottenham. I wouldn't captain him, but wouldn't be surprised if he gets some in there. Ollie Watkins away at Everton. Not a bad shout. Solanke at home to Liverpool. Liverpool, they will leak goals. You know, again, these are not very... They're not exactly popular captain picks, but you know, the Foden for me, Watkins, obviously Saka, Palmer is obviously the most popular on Scout, apparently. But I would argue that Saka's a better shout. And, you know, if people still got Alvarez in their team, people are bringing in Jota into their team, it might be a good option to captain him. If you're bringing in Jota in and you're doing a -4, I think you got to captain him at that point. Personally, if you are that dead set on bringing in a Liverpool attacker for a -4, you've got to put the armband on him. You absolutely have, in my opinion. With the double in 25 and Liverpool and Chelsea games likely to go into blanks afterwards, thoughts on free hit in 25 and avoid getting in players from them. Harry Dawson, it's definitely a tactic you can use, and certainly to navigate that blank. And depends obviously how many blank players you're going to have in your team come 25. You know, depends how many of you're going to have. If you're going to have a full set, then yeah, I mean, it could well be worth doing. If you've got 6 players out, then yeah. If I was convinced Haaland was going to start. Red flag now, says Jojo. Yeah, mate. Again, Haaland was always a wait and see for me. Like, for me, like Bowen at the time, I didn't even have an inkling that he wasn't going to be out. So it sucks, but it's one of those. At the time, it felt good. And I'll keep hold of Bowen as well. Yeah, I think that's a good hold. To be fair, going Palmer or Saka captain is fine, but I want a spicy pick for a captain like Tony. I think that's a real spicy, mate. I think go with your heart. If your heart's saying Tony, why not? Yeah, I mean, well, anyway, let's get on to the predictions, because obviously time is ticking down, and we'll cover the games, and I think that Steve-O reached out to FPL Juice, so we may be appearing on their stream reception today. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I will just bring up the Super Brew and bring up the predictions, because I'm so good at predictions, guys. Like, literally, you need to keep listening out for my picks, because guaranteed to get at least one right. Round 21. Okay, well, let me just get it up on here. Don't you just love it? This website is amazing. Right, Burnley versus Luton, taking place this evening. Halo Nuclear Atoms, how's it going, buddy? You okay? Let's read out what you're saying here. Hey, resisted using the wild card and took the -8. well, yeah, -8 is probably a lot better than taking a wildcard option. I mean, if you're doing a -12 or -16, I think wildcard time, but a -8 is fine, especially this week. The injuries are just short-term problem. Yeah. I was Saka out for Gross, but other moves for a -8. Now captaining Saka and rolling. Coldinho's in the chat. Liverpool's double depends on them winning their cup games. Very, very good point. Animations, Tony doubles as well, so I'll hold till then. Yeah, Tony, are you guys bullish on Tony then, eh? You think he's just going to hit the ground running, coming back after that extended amount of time away? 2-1 Luton says, oh, we're going to go on predictions now. Brighton are in good form in the goal scoring side, but there's too many to choose from. It's getting the goal scorers, that's the thing. They could fill their boots. I could do against Wolves. Yeah, Wolves aren't exactly solid. It will be super helpful. Garnacho or Palmer. Palmer blank in 26. That's what's swinging me. Garnacho or Palmer? FPL MFZ. Well, one is cheaper than the other, obviously. In terms of explosiveness, I think Garnacho could potentially get you, like, every now and again a good amount of points, and it's a massive differential. I think Garnacho is the obvious differential. Yeah, loads of people got Palmer. I mean, what's Palmer's ownership? Like, Palmer's ownership is, if I can even open up the blooming thing, like 1 second, because it takes absolutely forever. Palmer's owned by 35% or 34.5% of the game. Okay, Garnacho, what's he owned by? 5%, 5.5. So it all depends where you are. If you are fighting for, you know, placement in the tables and you want to go, you know, spicy, as to borrow a word that was mentioned in chat, then yeah. But also you're going to be saving some money with Garnacho. But it's Man United. Man United aren't exactly prim and proper like FPL assets. Let's be honest. They're a shit show. So I think logic would say Palmer, but like if you wanted to be ferocious and attack the day, then just go gamble, roll the dice with Garnacho. I mean, it literally comes down to logic versus cavalier attitude. So I would have to say, if it was my advice, I would have to say Palmer, even with the blank 26. Thinking for Garnacho next week, but United are just so random. They are. Absolutely. They turn it on and off like a tap. They absolutely are random. And they don't have any particular play style. And, you know, they're all feeding off scraps and half chances. Imagine the scenes of Palmer and Saka blank. I mean, I fully expect it, animations, to be honest. Zinchenko to Estepinian good for a -4 hit or hold. Well, who else have you, like... I don't know, man. I don't know if... Like I said earlier on, I wouldn't be doing an Estepinian in for -4 if you've got other cover on your bench. If you've got a playing 11, I wouldn't be taking a -4 for Estepinian personally. I mean, yes, he could get an attack and return, but that's just paying for the -4. That one attack and return is just paying for the -4, and there's no guarantee they're gonna. There's no guarantee that Brighton are going to get a clean sheet at Wolves. I've got Cunha, and I'm bullish on Cunha, guys. I like Cunha. I've watched him. He's a great one. Right, Burnley versus Luton. Let's just go into this. Burnley, 2 wins in the last 7. Same as Luton. This game, for me, is... Hey, well, I haven't got much of an interest if Charlie Taylor isn't playing it. I think Luton are the better team. Luton are the better team. They're gonna win. They're gonna win. And Burnley are not gonna score. I'm gonna go Luton to win 1-0. What's your thoughts on that, guys? Burnley to lose 1-0 at home at Turf Moor. I'd be interested in what Steve-O's opinion is. In fact, I'll be able to see in a minute what his prediction was once I lock this in. Because if he's done his predictions, I'll be able to see. Playing 10 for no hits. Scott, I mean, to be honest, some people are taking big hits. You know, got Jojo in here taking a -12. Lots of people taking -8s. But just being safe might be the way. Right. Locking it in. 1-0 to Luton Town. Most people going with 2-1. It would, well, I say that. 1-1. 2-1. Oh, Steve-O's going 2-1 to Burnley. That's the Burnley bias coming out there. What, 2-1 to Burnley? Lino's got 1-0 to... Wow, 1-0 to Burnley. Okay, well, I respect Lino. Firetog's gone 2-1 to Burnley. Cinnamon, 1-0. 1-alls, we've got Karma Baby, we've got Andrew Ferguson, we've got Paulie, Sultan Saeed. Wow, I am literally... Guys, I am in the minority right now. Really in the minority, thinking that Luton's going to get a result here. Only Bilal, Buffy, and Matthew in the Super Brew have gone to win for Luton. Sorry, it's crazy. Right, Chelsea versus Fulham. Chelsea, they're so frustrating, aren't they? They're on a back of a few wins though. I do think Chelsea will win this. I'm going to go 2-1 to Chelsea. I think that's going to be a popular pick this week. 2-1 to Chelsea. Yeah, most people going like 2-1. Loads of people going 2-1 in the predictions here. 3-1 Buffy, 3-2 says everything FPL. Lino's got 2-1. Steve-O's got 2-1. Yeah, 2-1. Straightforward, isn't it really? 3-1 says Matthew in the chat. Alfie Doherty to captain from... You're not captaining. What? That's mental. You're gonna what you do? Well, don't captain anyone that's playing on Friday night. 3-1 Chelsea, like I said for Matthew. 1-0 Fulham. So, yeah, well, I don't see that personally, Harry. But 2-1 Fulham says animations. Oh, 2-1 Fulham. Really? It's very controversial, Harry. Let's move on to the next game. We've got Newcastle versus Man City. Newcastle City. I think City will just get it'll be a very tight game. I don't think either team are going to run away with it. I don't think it's going to be 3-1, 4-1, or 3-2. I think it's going to be something like a 2-1 or 1-0. I'm going to go 2-1 to Man City in this game. Let's have a look. 2-0 to Man City, Rodrigo Mimoso. 2-0 Cinnamon. 3-0 FPL Bailey. 2-1s, yeah. Lino going 2-1 to City. Paulie, Steve-O all going 2-1 City. Everton versus Aston Villa. Everton! I think we'll lose. They're awful. And Villa have got to keep winning, right? If they're going to win the Premier League, they've got to keep winning. I'm going to go 2-0 to Villa. 2-0 to Villa in this. Draws. Lino's going with a draw. Peter Scullion. Steve-O's going with a draw. 1-1. What? Is the history saying it's a draw? In the last 10 results between these teams, Aston Villa have won 7. There's only been 2 draws. Everton have won only 1 game in the last 10 results. If we go Everton home games only, Villa just they've got a good record. In recent years, Villa have got a good record. So I'm sticking with Villa to win this 2-0. Anyone else going 2-0? No. Oh, Cinnamon. Crazy. Man United versus Tottenham. United, just hot and cold. Tottenham, they are very good. Without Son though, they are without Son. How is that going to impact them? I think United being at home will have chances, but chances aren't always converted. In fact, with United, chances are very rarely converted. If United score the first goal, it could be 2-0 to United. If Tottenham scored the first goal, it could be 2-0 to Tottenham. It's one of those games where first team that score, I think, are going to win the game. I think that I'm going to go with Man United to win this. But oh, no, I'm not. I'm actually going to go 1-1. I'm actually going to go 1-1. I'm going to go 1-1. It's sad, isn't it? Sad I can't even get excited about Man United at home anymore. Man United are going to probably draw this. Could you imagine if it was a 0-0? How disappointing would that be? Steve-O's going with 2-1 to United. I don't know why. Lino as well, 2-1 to United. Respect their opinions on the predictions. That's kind of crazy. Cinnamon's going 2-1. Salt and Sea 2-1. Well, the Bigwig is going 2-1. So Andrew Ferguson's got 1-1 as well. Paulie's got 1-1. In the chat, we've got Shaz with a 2-2. Colm with a 2-2. Richarlison points coming in for me, says Animations. 1-1 says Brian. 2-2 says Matthew. Who's captain and Foden? Neomorph says. Do you know what? That's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout, Neomorphs. It really isn't. I'm tempted. I might switch it. I might switch it. Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Arsenal losing the last 2 games in the league. Palace winning their last game. They beat Brentford 3-1. Just Fulham, guys. Fulham could be a real. It could be a real tough one this week. Like people going with like Palmer captain. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Fulham get a result at Stamford Bridge tomorrow. I would not be surprised. And if they ended up beating Chelsea like 2-1. Like I don't trust Palmer. I don't trust Chelsea. I don't trust Palmer to captain him. No flipping way. No way. No way, Jose. Sorry, not going to watch the rest live, but watch it back when later on. Good luck in the long game week. Take care, Matty. Take care, mate. Who's captain? I'm not yet. Me, Neo. Oh, wow. A few people in the chat. Brian's captain him. Shaz is captain him. 2-0 Arsenal. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to give a goal to Palace. I'm going to give a goal to Palace. I'm going to go 2-1 to Arsenal in this game. 94% are going with an Arsenal win here. Buffy 3-1, Everything FPL 3-1. Firetog 2-1, Bilal 2-0, Lino 2-0, Steve-O 2-0, Arsenal. Yeah, I'm going to give Palace a goal. What's the history saying on that? Historically, yeah, Arsenal. Favours Arsenal. Home games. It's been a few draws though. Look at those draws, guys. Wow. Brentford versus Forest. Forest, a team that Steve-O thinks is going to win the Premier League. I don't know how or why he gets so bullish on Forest, but he does. He loves Forest, but nowhere near as much as he loves Liverpool. It's Brentford. Are people bringing in Tony and captaining him? I that's risky. Do you know what? I think like a 1-0. Or one, like... He isn't that bullish, says David. Fulham haven't beat Chelsea at the Bridge since 1979. It's going to happen, Colm. It's going to happen. This Brentford... I don't know how this is going to end. I'm going to go 1-0 Brentford. Anyone else? No one's gone 1-0 to Brentford. Marriott Lino 2-1. Firetog 2-1. Cinnamon 1-0. Oh, 1-0. Okay. Cinnamon and FPL Bailey have gone Brentford to win 1-0 as well. Okay. Steve-O's got 1-1. 1-1 draw. Yeah, can see that. Sheffield United versus West Ham. Good evening, Natasha. How's it going? Sheffield United, I can see... Do you know what? This is going to be crazy, but I can see Sheffield United getting a draw. I'm going to go 1-1. 1-1. Is anyone else going 1-1? Maestro, Paulie and Steve. Steve-O's going 1-1. Wow. History is going with a West Ham. But there's not a lot of data to go by. 1-1 for me is a sensible pick. Shaz is going 1-0 to Sheffield. 1-0 Sheffield. Baldock goal, by any chance? Get Baldock in on the action from a corner? Could it happen? Do you know what? If it did, do you imagine the rage that Steve-O would bring if Baldock gets a goal from a corner? It would be amazing. It'd be a biblical. Bournemouth versus Liverpool. Bournemouth are, they've had a good string of results in the last 7 or so games. They've lost one. That was Tottenham. Tough game. Liverpool on a great run of form. Drew to Arsenal, drew to United. They've only lost one game. Liverpool have one game this season. Bournemouth lost 8. I'm going to go Liverpool to win this. I'm going to not rule out a goal from, say, Solanke. So I'm going to go 3-1 to Liverpool. Anyone else going to go with 3-1? I'm locking it in. 3-1. Bournemouth to win. Buffy 4-3. Ridiculous, Buffy. Absolutely ridiculous. Go back to prediction score, mate. That is wrong. Bournemouth are not going to score 4 goals against Liverpool. No way. Bailey and Ramoso's going with a draw. 1-1, 2-2. But everyone else is going with Liverpool to win. Andrew Ferguson 2-1. Bilal 2-1. Karma Baby 2-1. Maestro 2-1. Firetalk. It's like Lino 2-1 to Liverpool. Steve-O 2-1 to Liverpool. Have I gone too much? I've gone one too much. 3-1. 3-1's everything FPL. Matthew Ezeashi, Scullion, and Cinnamon. 3-1 pool. Animations going 3-1. Matty win a lot. 4-0 the pool. Shaz is going with 3-2 to what? 3-2 to Bournemouth. Shaz. What? Baldock to bring jammy points in for you. Oh, I'll be loving it. I'll be loving it. And finally, we've got a Brighton versus Wolves game. A game that everyone's like, gotta get in the Brighton players. They're gonna absolutely smash Wolves. It's gonna be brilliant. I need to get in, Pedro. I need to get in Estepanian. I think it's all a bit too much, personally. I think Wolves are going to score a goal, and I'm going to give Brighton one more goal. I'm going to go 2-1 to Brighton. Very boring prediction. 2-1 Brighton, and 57% people going with a Brighton win. Buffy, again, going with goals galore this game week. 4-0. I don't know where he's getting these goals from. Andrew Ferguson, 2-1. Firetog, 2-1. Lino, 2-1. Steve-O, 2-0. 2-1 animations. 1-1 draw, says Shaz in the chat. Goal and assist from Tony will make me happy. I mean, that's asking for it, mate. You are literally wishful thinking, mate. Wishy thinking. Go look at the stars tonight and have a little pray. With my whole bench out and Bowen, Pau Torres and Taylor all in my starting 11. Should I do a -8 or wild card, considering I'd change her at 11? I find it hard to believe that you're going to happily change 11 of your players. Sullivan, I think you answered your question here. With my whole bench out and Bowen, Pau Torres and Taylor all in my starting 11. Should I do a -8 or wild? Oh, right, instead of playing like 9 players, you want to do a -8. Or no, you'd be playing, yeah. Do you know what? In this situation, a -8 is better than a wild card. I think you'd be nowhere. You don't need to do more than a -8. Like, obviously, you don't need to do a wild card. I think if you're doing a -12 or -16 and you've done it already, you're like, I think you should consider wild carding. But let's not lose sight of the fact that so many people are going to be taking, at minimum, a -4. I've seen so many people talking about taking minus points hits this week. So I don't think it's the worst time in the world to take a -4, -8. I just think it depends on the players. If you've got a player in your team that's playing, don't do it. Like for me, I've got Baldock and I've got Garnacho. I don't need to do it. But if I had players like Torres, like Bowen that I have to play, or Taylor who's out and issues there, then I would have to probably I'll be forced into playing the hits. So yes, Sullivan did a -8 over a wild card, unless you really don't want to have a, majority of those players going forward, which I doubt. I find it very, very hard to believe because so many teams are similar right now with the popular picks. Brian O'Glean sheet guaranteed, absolutely. And I think if you're going to be doing a -8, I wouldn't be doing it on defenders. Obviously, if you've got no maybe just like the one move you'll have to do, maybe bring in Estepinian, I don't know. He's the popular pick right now. It's the flavour of the week. -8 is the new -4. It can work out really well, actually. But again, you're just going to be... the thing is, you're doing -8s and -4s to bring in the players that everyone else is bringing in. So... this is why you can have the mindset, if I'm going to do a -8, I'm going to be bringing in a differential. Like, if I was doing a -8, I would be bringing in Luis Diaz. I'd be taking Bowen out, and I'd bring in Luis Diaz. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because Luis Diaz is only owned by, as it stands right now, Jota is the one that everyone's like going mental about, but Luis Diaz is owned by 7.4. Jota, I think, is going to be the one that people are going to flock towards. I could be wrong. Has been known time to time. Oh, I say that. They're pretty much the same. Really? I thought more people would be transferring in Jota than Diaz. Foden's going up in price tonight, chaps. And ladies. And anyone else that may be watching that doesn't conform to stereotypical gender norms. Jace, make sure to start Trent in case Liverpool must find a magic sponge. Yeah, I will. I'll probably do the whole Bowen thing as well. You're gonna bench Bowen then? Nah, no, I'm gonna keep Rash. I'm gonna keep Garnacho on the bench. No, I'll play Garnacho. I think I might swap Wilson to Tony as my little differential. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? If you're going to be doing a -4, -8, -12, and you're not hitting the wildcard button, make sure it's worth going. Like, make sure it's worth it. Like, if everyone's bringing in player X and player Y, you can bring in, just go a bit risky on one or two of the picks. Because if you're taking a hit, yeah, you're just going to be at a disadvantage of people that have brought those players in that haven't. So you might as well roll the dice and just bring in a player that's not heavily owned. So you're bringing in Palmer for a -4. If you're bringing in Palmer, Estepinian, and, Foden, say, in for a -8, well, these players have been brought in by people that have got 2 free transfers, and you're automatically at a massive disadvantage. And also, yeah, it just makes it more exciting, really, doesn't it, when you've got a player that's low ownership. I think João Pedro could be another one, instead of Tony, João Pedro. But again, he's going up as well by looks of things. Luis Diaz is, believe it or not, Luis Diaz at the moment is ahead in terms of transfer. Let's find out. Darwin Núñez is been transferred in. 21,000, nearly 22,000 people have transferred Darwin Núñez in. Nearly 20,000 have brought in Garnacho. Guys, I think I might have to take this back. Mental. I love the way you suggested that managers should think to do rather than play the wild card where most streamers It's just about their team. Respect. I'll watch the rest on the catch up. Take care, mate. I thought you were leaving 10 minutes ago, Matty. What's going on, mate? FPL Juice, welcome to Playmaker, mate. Thank you so much for the support. FPL Juice is here, guys, tuning in. Are we on the streamception? I don't know, but hello and welcome. We've just finished doing the predictions. We're now we will be moving on to other chats and discussions of people's teams. We're looking at my amazing team, which is full of red flags that I've had to deal with moving into this week. I'm keeping Trent. I'm going to keep him, and never know, Magic Sponge may come out. Bulldog's going to come on if not. I've got the old Garnacho machine ready to get me the goals that I need to keep me ahead of Steve-O. Amazing show, by the way, Tuesday with Steve-O. It's always an amazing show. Always a fun time watching it. I've never watched an FPL channel for 3+ hours before. Literally mental. So thank you so much for the support, and thank you not just for the support, but thank you for what you do for the FPL community in general, because it's a breath of fresh air watching something that is in a studio, professionally done, that is just about genuine people, about their genuine personalities. It's not about being fake to a camera and conforming to what is right and what's necessarily politically correct. And I think the jokes are on point, and I always have a great time. It's amazing. And oh my god, you gifted a membership to Matt Rooney has got a membership gifted to him. Matt Rooney, welcome. We're watching you live on their Streamception. Streamception, guys. I want everyone, if you're watching now, you do not know about FPL Juice, then first and foremost, you are living a sheltered life, and you need to get out there into the wider world and get onto FPL Juice, get on the YouTube, support them, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, because they are the bar for me. They are the bar that I think a lot of the streamers, content creators that in the FPL world need to kind of work towards. Big up to FPL Juice, guys. Massively underrated show. They're going to be massive. I'm predicting it now. They're going to be a massive channel in the coming years. They're really, really good. And Steve-O's like your number one fan. Steve-O is the number one FPL Juice fan. Like, he's got all the merch. He lives near the studio, and it's just great. I think he's just got love hearts in his eyes whenever he talks about you guys. Elite FPL comes first, then FPL. Wow, we both have our strengths. We both have our strengths. Oh, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Are you all set? Are we all set? What are you captaining? Who's the captain, guys? I think I might go Foden. Do you know what? Screw it. Who was it in the chat that said Foden? That they're captaining Foden? Because do you know what? You may have just changed my mind. Like, I'm genuinely going to change my captain. Steve-O emojis in the chat. Shaz, was it you? Shaz, was it you? Who was it that said they're going to captain Foden? You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it. And Steve-O's not going to see this come in. Foden captain, boys and girls. None of that Saka malarkey. Who cares about Saka? He's a has-been. Arsenal, bottle jobs. Man City, they're going to win the league. And if they're going to win the league, they're going to have to start smashing people, aren't they? To get people scared again. Mine's on Foden, vice captain Saka. You know what, Paulie? I think it's going to have to be Foden. The more I think about it, the more it makes sense. Foden captain, Saka vice. By the way, if there's any leaks or news that comes out, feel free to share it in the chat. If you're watching other streams, if you're watching the social medias, as long as it's not fake news, feel free to read it out. Like Trent Alexander-Arnold magically is going to play. Foden cap says Matty win a lot. Matty, mate, you're still here. You said you were going to go. Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? You here or not? Let's get the old juice on. Let's just do this. Let's just see what the Juice Boys are talking about. Oh, the streamers. All the streamers are going. It's the deadline. We rarely do rarely do the deadline, to be fair. And it's just great to see. It's just great to see like all the streamers just going off on it right now. But let's just bring up the Juice Boys. It's always great to see what they're doing. They got Gianni on. They got oh, look at this. Love it. Love the streamception. Got the streamception right now. Oh, hang on 1 second. Let's see what he's talking about.
I am considering, guys, captaining Darwin.
Saka.
I know it's punty.
Darwin!
Is
he trolling? He's trolling. He's absolutely trolling. If people captain Darwin...
Everyone is gifting memberships. I don't quite know how this works. Thank you, fella. That's wicked.
I think he's trolling his community. He's going to captain Darwin. Like, if people captain Darwin because of that...
Scared.
That's mental. That is just ridiculous.
Awesome.
Is anyone seriously thinking about captaining Darwin right now? Like even as a joke, like that you should not be saying stuff like that. Darwin is a massive FPL troll. There are every now and again you get players in FPL that just troll you as an owner. Time and time again. I think I've owned Darwin and I've been burnt, and I'm not going to get burnt again. He's got a good rank. Why is he saying that then? What? Why is he saying that? That's I mean, some really respected FPL accounts that I know have got a very bad rank at the moment, and they're going to come shooting up. And the only way I think that is going to really allow them to do that is by people going with Darwin captain. So if you want to go Darwin captain, by all means, just fill your boots. I know that, yeah, you need to go, Matty. You need to go. No chance, Darwin. What Shaz, talk to me. What have you seen? Why have you gone with Doty? How do you even say his name? Doty. Is that his name? Doty. Why have you gone Doty as your captain? Like, what do you know about him that I don't? What is going on? He's a defender. He's got 2 assists against Chelsea. Very attacking. Goal scored against Sheffield United. 2 assists back against Arsenal game week 15. But, I mean, it's recent. You're going off recent form. I mean, he's played all season. He started off getting like 20, 30 minutes. But he's played all season, and he got 1 assist. 1 assist against Everton, who were absolutely woeful. And then he does nothing for like, I don't know, 14 game weeks. And then game week 15, he gets 2 against Arsenal. Gets a goal in game week 19 against Sheffield United away. And then gets 2 assists. I mean, are you just living in a bias of a recency bias, if that's a thing right now? Like, you're not captain. Somebody said they're captaining. Wait, what? I'm sure you said you're captaining. You're captain Foden. Shaz just advised me. Oh, right. No, okay. Shaz, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Sorry. Yeah, okay. I feel okay. I'm embarrassed now. Yeah, because Shaz was the one who said about getting Foden. Right? Yeah. I do pay attention, honestly. I really do. Rashford, he won't captain Darwin. Might as well captain Rashford. He hasn't got Rashford. The thing is though, like Gianni's got in his team, he's got Darwin, Foden, Palmer, Saka, Gross, Watkins. He's got a very, very good team. And to go Darwin, I mean, I think everyone agrees that Darwin is going to have chances. He's going to have chances, and I think that if he can start putting those chances in the back of the net, I think he is probably one of the best striker options if he got clinical and started putting them in the back of the net. But that's a big if. Well, like, we can only go on what we've seen, you know, for the whole season so far. Tony or Nunes for 1 week punt. Laurie, I mean, let me be honest. This a 1 week punt right now. I think Liverpool is. Have you got any other Liverpool attackers, or is it just maybe? Probably not. If you're asking that question, right? Like, if you've already got Jota in or Diaz, then I think they are better options than Nunes. But if it's a striker option you're after and you want to go differential this week, then I can't believe I'm going to say it, but I prefer Nunes over Tony. Because Nunes is going to get like 15, 20 chances in that game. He may only score once. Maybe twice. I feel Gakpo's getting overlooked. Yeah, but the problem with Gakpo is he's like a bit... He's kind of like Klopp's utility player. He's not a guaranteed start, and he's not going to play 90 minutes. I think he's almost a fill-in player. I know it sounds bad because I think Gakpo's a really good player, but I think all day long it's Jota, Diaz, Nunes up front. Yeah, Laurie, I think, you know what, mate? Roll the dice. Go with Nunes. Do you know what? Steve-O's listening in. I'm able to listen. Guys, what do you think? Do you think I should have Cunha to Nunes? Like, why am I even saying this? Like, I've just literally blasted Gianni Batiste for captaining him. And then I'm thinking, do I do a -4 to get him in? What? I don't need to do it. What am I even thinking? Why am I thinking these things? Why am I thinking these things? Why? I've got 13.3 in the bank. Has anyone got more money than me in the bank? 13.3 just seems ridiculous. I hate it. Hey Abdul, how's it going, mate? Gakpo's a John O'Shea. Yeah, absolutely. Cinnamon was just looking through your predictions, mate. Some differences in predictions this week. Phil Gakpo, yeah. Yo, Steve-O. Steve-O, are you captaining Gross? Just let us know if you're captaining Gross. Have you heard what I'm doing as a captain? I think I'm 99% going with Foden, unless I change it at the last minute. I think the fact of the matter is that, do you know when someone says something, it gets under your skin, and you start thinking to yourself, actually, it's like Nunes is a massive troll. He's trolled so many times, but could it be now that Salah's not there? Could it be a different dynamic? I don't know. X in the chat, guys, if you think that Nunes is a great differential. I want to know what you guys' thoughts are on that, because like my head's just spinning at the moment trying to think, like, do I go Cunha to Diaz? No, sorry, Cunha to Nunes. Very, very well. I'm in India at the moment. At the moment, should be back at the end of the month. Anyone else on Richarlison? Oh my God, Richarlison captain. Baller, mate. Baller. Absolute baller. Thank you, Cinnamon, for the support, mate. I'm going Alvarez captain and maybe Walker. Oh, man, there's so many people captaining. This is a great game week. This is amazing game week because there's so many different people captaining different players. You got Foden, you got Palmer, you got Saka. You've got people mentioning Nunes, which I find is incredible. You know, you got Watkins, who could easily be a good captaincy pick this week. Alvarez could be a good one. Haaland may come on second half. If Nunes plays on the left, he's a good option. Do you know what, guys? Something is telling me that I need to bring in a Liverpool attacking player. out, and obviously we've got Diaz. If I didn't, I wish I didn't bring Bowen in. I wish I didn't do that Bowen transfer, Son to Bowen. I wish that I could have that transfer back, and I would go Son to Diaz. Simple as. Darwin is a great shout. He should be doubling in 26. Nothing wrong as long as you hold for the double. Oh my goodness, I might have to do a move. Let's just check the poll, see what's going on here, because the poll is has been up for a little while about my team, and you guys can all give your feedback and thoughts on this. End the poll now. 64 votes. Is Jason's team fine the way it is? 70% of the community have voted saying yes, it is fine the way it is. Why would I want to take a -4? Well, because I'm having last minute thoughts about Liverpool attack. That is why, and I'm genuinely now about to maybe make a move on Cunha. I think Cunha is the one that's gonna need to move to make way. Oh my goodness. The thing is, he's my Haaland. He's like my placeholder for Haaland, but there's nothing stopping me from going Nunes to Haaland. Wait till 6:15. No, wait till 18:14. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can do this. I don't even know why. So why did I listen to FPL Juice? Now I'm like about to. Does that look like a better team? Does this look like a better team right now? Captain Jota versus what? Captain Jota, Denver, mate. Good one. Jota's a good captain. Shout. Darwin will break your heart. Jota or Diaz or a shout. Darwizzy came off the bench for the cup tie and got 2 assists. So he's a shout, maybe not for a minus. Botman. Botman is just a steady pick, right? I mean, there's nothing too flair about it at all. Shigeru's got Darwin on a wild card. Stevo, did Stevo have... In fact, I don't even remember what Stevo's wild card looked like. Like, what did Stevo's wild card look like? It's really bad that I can't even remember. You know what? I'm not going to go onto the Patreon to find out. Not thinking about Estepinian. No, I'm not doing a -4 for Estepinian. Concert at Estepinian for free. Yeah, I could do for free. For free, yeah. He has Jota, not Darwin. Neto is back. Guys, I'm genuinely up 50-50 right now. I think if you're in a situation like this and you're not sure, you should just leave it. I think honestly, when you start thinking like this, you end up making decisions that impact and change your whole game week. Purely because you're like panicking at the last minute. Poll is in chat. Darwin in for Cunha from -4. Yes or no? I will go with the results of the poll. No, I won't. Just go for it, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Wow. Come on. We only got 9 votes so far. Most people going with no's. Okay. Okay, then. We'll go. The no's are going to have it, I think. The no's are going to have it. The votes are coming in, guys. Keep the votes coming in on that one. Jason, 1, the team is fine. 2, can you just notch the music down a smidge? Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Is it 2? I didn't even... Sorry, I didn't realise. There we go. Let's just do that. Let me know if that's okay now. Steve, how's it going, buddy? Hope you had a good week. Welcome to the weekend. Do you think Taylor will start? Unlikely. Unlikely. I'm probably going to have Baldock as my player, to be honest. The team's fine. The team is absolutely fine. You don't need to overthink things. I'm the FOMO of not having Liverpool attack. That's the only thing. Like the fact that it's because Trent Alexander-Arnold's out. The FOMO of not owning Liverpool attack is what's getting me right now. I don't have any Liverpool. Shaz says Darwin not for a -4. If it was for free, that's another story. From -4, you'd have to get 2 returns. Yeah, I mean, again, getting 1 return from Darwin is hard, right? Sit tight, a lot happening in the next couple of weeks, says Peter. I mean, you're all making good points here. I mean, you're talking a lot of sense. I mean, it's purely because it's the FOMO of Liverpool. Liverpool, arguably the most attacking team in the Premier League. And just not having them scares me. I'm not going to lie. It scares me not owning any Liverpool. Like, and you got Steve on a wild card that's brought in Jota, for example, a very, very good player. You got people bringing in Diaz, a very, very good player. And yeah, maybe Cunha could do something against Brighton away. I mean, a lot of the time when Wolves do go on the attack, it's Cunha's heavily involved. So, yeah, I think probably is the best option to just hold. To be fair, it is probably the best option. -4 is a bit silly. Bit silly. It's a bit silly to do a -4. But is it though? Is it though? Everyone and their dog seems to be doing a -4 this week. Brighton isn't sound defensively. No, they're not. I know. Again, I'm telling you guys, it's just, this is what happens in FPL. This is what happens in FPL, where you just literally get this the jitters of like, have I got coverage? Liverpool. No, I haven't. Do I need coverage of Liverpool? Yes, but I haven't. I can't get any in without a -4. There's too much uncertainty about the whole game to justify hits. We'll have so much more information next game week, says Patrick. You're playing 9. You're playing 9 this game week with no hits. I assume that you think then, Shaz, it's going to be a low scoring game week. Abdul's saying heads or tails flip for it. No. To be fair, I think a lot. It's quite rare that I actually think that the chat are talking complete sense. And right now, the chat are talking complete sense. And the votes are in. The votes are in. We're going to say no. 67% saying no. Don't do it. Don't need to do it. Don't need to do it. Absolutely. You don't need to take a -4 for Estepinian. If I'm telling you you don't need to take a -4 for Estepinian, I'm also in the mindset you don't need to take a -4 for Darwin Núñez or any other Liverpool attackers, to be fair. As long as you've got an 11 players on your field. And even if, like, Shaz, I mean, if I was in your boat, like, only had 9, I would be tempted to just do a -4 to get 10. I don't know. I don't want to. Again, I don't know the whole team, but playing 9 sucks. That kind of sucks, man. Diaz and Jai only ones that played 90 minutes last game, says Cinnamon. Who do you think Gakpo comes on for if he doesn't start? Who do you think who makes way for Gakpo? Oh my God, Werner. Yeah, I forgot about him. Darwin did look good, mate. He did. Darwin is a frustrating player because he does a lot of the things right that you'd expect from a striker. Like his movement, his positioning is very, very good. He's just very frustrating when he's the end product. I think he'll get better though, I do. He turned me into a newt. I got better. Does anyone know what that's from? Probably not. Darwin looked good. Yes, he did. Jota, in my opinion, says... Oh, Cinnamon thinks Jota's going to be the one that makes way for Gakpo. Majority have at least 5 or 6 people flagged. Majority taking a -8 hit minimum. Or wildcarding. Like, how many people are wildcarding? Is anyone in the chat wildcarding? Peter Ward knows. Peter Ward knows his stuff. 10 points. Neomorphs wildcarding, right. Cinnamon's on a wildcard. Why are so many people wildcarding? Because of the AFCON and a few flags, and everyone's like, hit the wildcard button. I mean, you may regret that. Like, when the congestion comes and the games are like, well, when the blanks come and when the double game weeks come, and you want to set your team up for the double game weeks, you may regret wildcarding, unless you're very, very lucky with the placement of the doubles and your planning, the planning that you've put into it. What's the point of wildcarding? Because you'll need to get Salah and Son, Haaland. Hang on. Peter Corbett says, what is the point of wildcarding? Because you'll need to get Salah, Son, Haaland, Trent, and all back in a few weeks' time. Well, I'm hoping that the people that are wildcarding have got plans to get these players back in their teams, and they're not having to do more hits to get them back in, because that would suck. I've changed 12 players in my wildcard and planned for 25 and 26 blanks during the barring injuries, sorry. Yeah, I mean, if you can plan through the blanks and have your team set the way you want it to be set, I mean, money is not an issue. So, yeah, I mean, I get both arguments, to be honest. Again, it all depends what you do with the wildcard. It's obvious. I just don't think that wildcard is an essential way of navigating some of the flags that we've got this week and the AFCON. I think that you can just do a -8, or just do what Shaz is doing, play 9 players if you want to. It's not the end of the world. I don't particularly think this game week is going to be a high scoring game week anyway. I had 6 flags on my bench, 2 flags. I had 6 flags. My bench had 2 flags, 3 players gone to AFCON. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are in the same boat as you, mate. Unless squad value is a low, wildcard is a must. It's not a must. Denver, it's not a must. Will wildcard and free hit depending on how the blanks and the doubles fall after game week 25? Oh, you mean wildcard is a must for the doubles? Right, okay. Howdy, Rob. How's it going, mate? You okay? Still bundles in the bank getting Salah and Haaland. Yeah, I know. It's getting Salah and Haaland back isn't a massive issue if you plan for that. You might end up getting them back a week later, though, if you're having to stagger your transfers. That's all I'm saying. If Bowen doesn't play, I'll be playing 10. I don't expect Bowen to play. Should I just put him in my starting team? Just to troll? Should I just troll people? Like Steve-O? I'll just do that. Foden captain, boys and girls. Foden captain. Shaz and the boys convinced me to go Foden. I'm heavily relying on Borough versus Fulham Cup final. Yeah, I think that I think everyone's settled now. Is there anyone in the chat that's not sure what to do with their team right now? Because we are literally what, half an hour away from deadline, and if you're not sure now, then I don't know what to say. I really don't. I wildcarded last week, says Steve. Getting Trent and Elise, playing at 11 this week with no transfers, but fielding Johnny Evans. Oh. Why do you own Johnny Evans? Why do you own Johnny Evans? I don't get anyone that owns United players other than Garnacho or Bruno Fernandes at the very bet. Like, there's no one else that I would be even thinking about getting in. No, Brian, don't sell Taylor for -4. No. Selling Taylor for selling a defender for a -4 is nowhere near as good as selling a midfielder or striker for -4. You're banking on a lot. You're hoping on a clean sheet essentially. Hey Rob, you hope you're well, Jason. Did Son and the ceiling? What I'm trying to say is the ceiling is not as high. I hope you're well. Did Son to Foden? Okay, good move. Going to keep Salah to have 2 transfers next game week for even more information. There you go, Rob. That's a very sensible way of playing. Absolutely. You reckon Taylor will be sound? Mate. Like Taylor, for me, I think it's a 50-50. I really do. In fact, doesn't it say 50%? Oh, 75%. I honestly would treat it as 50-50. Like, it doesn't sound like he's going to start, but it's not. He has not been ruled out. I'm keeping him in, and I'm going to have him as my first defensive substitution if he does play. Tempted to do Haaland to Tony only if Haaland is out for Gameweek 22, so I can play Tony for at least 2 games. Shaz, what do you think? Why do you think Tony's the one to bring in right now for Haaland? Like, if you've got Haaland in your team now, I think it's worth just keeping in your team. I mean, people that got rid of Haaland got rid of him weeks and weeks ago. I think if you've got him in your team now, I think, well, you've held on to him this long. I've heard that story, Wickford. I think, like a bankruptcy thing, some issue with his payments or something. Wasn't there like an administrative error, and he's gone bankrupt over it or something? That was some weird. I saw that news. I was like, what on earth? Weird. I think it's all been sorted now, though. Brentford double week doesn't make Tony any more appealing, seeing as they play City and Liverpool. I think you've hit the nail on the head, Cinnamon. Absolutely. I just don't know where the energy for getting Tony has come from because of that reason, but also because of the fact that he's had no game. He's not had any game time. He's going to take weeks for him to get back to being match fit. You know, no matter just because he's been doing training sessions doesn't mean he's going to be able to play the whole game or be effective in the games. It's going to take some time. I think it may be a mistake getting Tony in right now, but I'm willing to eat my words on that. I think right now, if you're getting an attacker in, personally, oh my god. I mean, City-wise, you've got Alvarez, you've got Nunes. I think Nunes for me. I've got a feeling about Nunes. I don't know where it's come from. Hi Jason. Hi Joshua. How's it, man? Would you play Archer or Bullock? Tell me you're having to play bench players without having to tell me you're having to play bench players. Archer probably. Darwin and Neto or Jota and Pedro. That's my dilemma. Oh, Steve-O, you got a dilemma. 20 minutes before deadline. I hope the game breaks for you, mate. Halfway through your transfers. Darwin and Neto or Jota and Pedro. Oh, that's another one. That's another striker, guys. Pedro is another one. Darwin and Neto or Jota and Pedro. 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 That's your answer. Simple as. You watch your Captain Darwin now. Dylan, keep up the content. Anyone thinking Luis Diaz is being slept on? Yes. Yep. I think people are talking about Jota way more than they're talking about Diaz. But like we talked about earlier, I do see that there's very little in terms of difference in ownership. So I think personally, if I had to choose between all Liverpool assets and order them in order of preference, who I'd own, and like money wasn't an option or position wasn't an option for me, who would I be bringing in? I would be bringing in Diaz as my top pick. But Jota is transferred in by more than a double. Jota's been transferred in by almost 500. Is that right? 500,000. 473,871 so far have transferred in Diogo Jota. 219 have transferred in Luis Diaz. I like Diaz more. And I'm not saying Diogo Jota's a bad pick. Steve-O's not mentioned Diaz. Steve-O's going with the Jota as well. But I think it would go... My order of preference would be Diaz, Jota, Nunes. Liverpool look poor. No, they don't. They don't look poor, man. Where's that come from? I'm worried about not owning Liverpool attackers. Steve-O's on about getting him in. Diaz over Darwin. Yeah. I'd own Diaz over Darwin. Problem is I can't get in Diaz. Really. And also I've used my transfers. So I'm not taking any hits. I'm not taking any hits, guys. Nah. But I do look at that Liverpool game and I'm like, oh, that Liverpool game. Bournemouth, Liverpool. Man, I want a Liverpool attacker so bad. But I see that when I just see that there, that game, Bournemouth, Liverpool. I just don't know how I can't get in. Who's playing your Bowen spot? It's gonna be Garnacho, mate. Garnacho. Sorry, I won't do it. I won't do this. I'll play him in. I'll put him in. A few bad weeks for Liverpool and you'll get a jump on everybody. Jota and Pedro, yeah, it makes more sense, Steve-O. It really does. I don't trust Darwin Núñez. Don't trust him. I think for me, that's a good pick. I mean, maybe Diaz and Pedro, but Jota, I mean, if you love Jota, then go with him. Abdul makes a good point. Diaz gets XG, but conversion rate is poor. Jota's more clinical. Is that what the stats say? Is it? Okay. I do think that he's been slept on, Dylan, though. Nearly time, guys. 15 minutes away. I think that, right, for me, ones that are going to get the points this week are Foden. Foden's going to get some points. Look at that. Last 3 games. 2 assists versus Sheffield United. A goal against Everton. An assist against Crystal Palace. I think Foden's a great shout. Shout out to Shaz in the chat and the others that are captaining him. Saka. I think he'll get something this week as well. Let's just draw a picture on it. So, where I expect the points to come from this week. Saka. Ooh. Need to do that. Saka will come good. Foden. Watkins. No, orange is like unlikely, but I think these are lesser likely. So green means likely to get me points. Orange is less likely. I think Saliba will get me points. And Baldock can be there. The only one in red. That's how it goes. Noughts and crosses. Yeah, I got one here. Absolutely. That's how I see my game week going, personally. I'm thinking, I'm going to tell you now, guys, Palmer's going to blank against Fulham. It's going to happen. Sorry to be the burden of bad news. Palmer is going to blank. You've heard it here first. Sorry, chat. Sorry, guys. You missed out on the points. The points have come and gone. They're come and gone. He's going to be getting 1s and 2s and 3s. Who would you go for if you had the money for Haaland, Salah to Foden or Richarlison? Who would you go for if you had the money for Haaland? Right, if you had the right, okay, I'm reading this wrong. Who would you go for if you had the money for Haaland? Salah to Foden or Foden? Foden. You're still stuck with Sterling, Eraser man. What is time just stopped for you? Why have you got Sterling in your team? Even Steve-O got rid of him. You're welcome, Carl. I hope it all comes through for you. Well, I'm relaxed. I am relaxed. The only thing that I'm upset about is the fact I don't have any Liverpool attack. If there was a way that I could have got in Diaz, then I would have. But I'm not taking a -4. So it is the way it is. I'm stuck with this. Lock my teams in 30 minutes to the deadline. Absolutely. Do you think I should captain Foden, guys? Do you think I should have a different captain? Anyone else on there? Anyone got differential captains? I just want to know what your differential captain is. If you've got a differential. I'm chilled. I'm chilled. We've got to wait out the time now. It's all good. Jota captain here. That's a differential captain. Well done. Well done, Denver. Abdul, Richarlison, captain. Very good. Very good. When I say very good, what I mean is well done for going against the grain. Well done. Very brave of you. Very brave. Not being pedantic. Not being patronising. So I think let's just literally go with let's bring something up on the screen. I wonder if I can do this. Let's create a white. Okay, let's just do some tierings, shall we? What is that, you may ask? Window capture. Can I do window capture? What's going on here? Okay, let's see if this goes. Oh, wow. It's a blank screen. Why? Why's that blank screen? Odd. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so tier, like, captain, tiers. We've got to go safe, and then we've got to go risky. Never used this thing before. How do you move this down? Here we go. Captain tiers, safe and risky. I think safe captain picks are Saka. So Saka's definitely one. Can I make some shapes? Here we go. Boxes. Ideal. Feel free to make your suggestions in the chat. So Saka, 1 second, guys. Okay, safe Foden. In fact, I'm putting Foden above Saka. So I'm going to put them in order of my preference. Foden, Saka, Watkins, and then we got, oh, look at that. Palmer maybe. Yeah, we'll just go because when I say Palmer, it's safe because it's going to be the amount of people doing it. Safety in numbers. Safety in numbers. Solanke's risky, yeah. Johnny Evans. Right, I'm just going to do 4 of each. Right, so risky. I would go Solanke, but he's not necessarily top captaincy pick. Let's just throw some names out there. Alvarez for game time. Tony, yeah, Tony is definitely risky. Tony's up there though. He's I think Tony's up there. Oh, Pedro. It's above Solanke. Haaland. That's a risky one. Jota maybe? Diaz. I think Jota goes above Diaz. Jota's got to be up there. I think Jota's up there. These are ranked in order of my preference, by the way. Richarlison. Absolutely Richarlison. Where would I rank him? Where would I rank Richarlison in that list? It's got to be better than Diaz. Is he better than Diaz? No. And then I would say Vernon. Vernon. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's enough. I think that's enough. Garnacho, optimistic. We should do another one, like, just, we should do another category. Just stupid. Oh, you can't even see that. There we go. Garnacho. That's just... Oh yeah, God, that's a great one. That's a great one. Sterling. Huh. I was looking to see if I could get emojis. I'd put like a troll face. There you go. There you go, chat. 2 minutes to deadline. Bruno Gross. I think Bruno Fernandes. Do you know what? Bruno Fernandes. Do you genuinely? Yeah, he goes down here. Palmer versus Gross. Gross. Are we good? Are we good, chat? I will need to double check my team and make sure I've done it or if I've got it sorted. We were a minute away. We were a minute away. We were a minute away. So the game's updating. The game is updating. The game is updating. That's it. The game is updating. There we have it. There we have it. Oh, man. I didn't... Tony's a risky pick, man. Risky. Well, congratulations if you've gone with a differential. If you've got anyone in the stupid column, then you're just a mental person. I think risky's good. Risky's fun. Risky's a way you catch up. risky is the way that you end up slamming your fists on the tabletop or slamming doors, as in Steve-O's case. But I think Steve-O's gone with... Steve-O, you're listening in. I stuck with team Watkins cap. You've gone Watkins cap. Really? We've got different captains. You got different captains. Gone with Tony and ready to put for the points. I'll probably be 500,000 down. Probably not. Jason, do you realise you have 0 Liverpool forwards? Yes, I may have noticed that, and I almost brought Darwin Núñez in. I genuinely almost brought Darwin Núñez in to troll me for the second time in a season, but I didn't. I held strong. I held true to my belief that he's a troll, FPL troll. And if you brought in Núñez, I bloody hope you've captained him. If you brought in Núñez for a -4, I really, really hope you captained him, because it's absolutely such a balls to the wall move. I think on that note, now you've seen my team. Steve-O's revealed his captain as being Watkins, which is not even... it's third on the safety pick, to be honest. It's going to be an interesting one. I think this week's going to be interesting because of all of the all the differences in captain. And these weeks are great to gain rank. Really good. And if you've had the mental fortitude to not take a hit this week, you're already ahead of a lot of people who've done -4s, -8s. What can I say other than, if you've enjoyed spending time with me on this deadline, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow us on social media at Elite FPL, join our Discord, which you can find in the Discord directory, and check out our Patreon, where Steve-O at the moment is Le Man, the legend that's uploading all of the awesomeness there, for additional FPL content and the odd bit of extras that get thrown in along the way. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I think we're gonna bid farewell, and I will be back for the Sunday surgery on Sunday evening. I don't think we're going to be doing a stream. The fixture wise, the fixtures are... Let's just bring it in. I think there's anything Saturday. Probably not till Saturday evening, to be honest. Right, sorry, Sunday evening, Sunday surgery. Right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna have my food because I'm starving. That's my team. All the best. Good luck to everybody. See you on Sunday. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch up with you soon.